first map. Very cold. They probably took their time. You saw there, like right after the first map, Kerrigan just instantly picks up his MacBook to try and see, probably read some notes. So
I
TSM.
was just told, yeah, TSM actually won the knife.
And they picked T.
And they picked T. And
I like it.
Yeah, well, again, their T sign has been the side that's been getting them a lot further on Inferno as of late. 7 rounds is not even remotely out of the realm of possibilities of what they've been capable of.
No, but I like the fact that they're pushed against the wall and they still decide to take. I don't really like to call it a gamble, but start on the harder side.
It sets the tempo, lets them know exactly how much work they're going to have to do, and they can't coast at any point. It's full gas pedal for them.
Yeah,
and that's the right approach after no gas in the tank last game. So Neo inside apartments, bit of a standard formation right now. Device has bomb, Cage and B just lurking over toward B, seeing what he can spot out. The rest of them doing the same on A, and patience to see if VP will make any mistakes. A little bit of aggression that time from TSM. We just saw them jumping up toward middle. But again, bomb's not moving. It just wants to sit and hold station. They are around, though. They want to wrap. They're going to fully wrap. Dupree's going to find Pasha, so now they have a chance to do this. And they've also found out Taz, so it's only one left inside the B site, or pardon me, yeah, B alley at second oranges. He's got to be strong right now because the rotators are late coming in behind. There's still one lurk player to deal with them as well. So Bialy, can he get more than one right here and give them a chance? There's the first pops out. Can he find 2? No. Device already puts him down, and bomb plant sure to follow, but no smokes to put out, cover off this CT spam that's coming in from Snacks. And even if he can start to deal some damage, it gives him a bit more of a chance. But look at this. Kerrigan still, as I said, was held back and waiting to get in position behind them. Snacks does get one. Gets them a little bit closer into that bomb, but Kerrigan's going to arrive. Zipmix already finds Neo, and this is a much better start. Not done just yet in the first round. Not done at all. Snacks takes down one. This may go to one-on-one because he's very low on HP. And now Kerrigan has to win this out. He's got to bait out the time, but Snacks is already on this. No kit. Has to play the full time, but the Glock can't hit the shot. He's got enough time off it surely by now, but he hasn't. Come on, there it is. Finally, Kerrigan puts him down. And TSM will get it. It was close in the end, but that's a better start for sure by them.
Yeah, and you actually see it. Normally when you think about TSM, you always think about buying some nades on the pistol round. This round you actually didn't see that. Yeah, you saw the Tech 9 drop, but they didn't really have any nades, which is quite uncommon. So that B-split that actually did really paid off, because I'm pretty sure VP was expecting something that had something to do with smokes and flashes.
And Snacks will go for the MP9. He's the only one to invest in much more than pistols. We see a CZ75 out for Pasha. Smoke to cover off his angle. He has to dodge into the corner and actually still partially blinded by that. But look at the peek. He's so aggressive. Does he get a kill? No. Device comes out and bails out. Kerrigan, who got taken down to 32, in the process. Snacks readdresses the angle and the aggression, and Dupree finds him, but Kerrigan hasn't found shots at all. We saw him struggle to close out that first round as well. So Taz and Neo are all that left. They do pick up this SMG, so they still have it to hold on to. As TSM are calculated in their approach to get into B. This one smoke out, they don't want to walk through and walk into a crossfire setup or give up too much weaponry. They do have an AK up for Device. That's a pretty expensive investment for round 2. Smokes to make sure. They'll call that worthy, and they'll get this plant.
Yeah. Taking their sweet time, though, to make sure they don't get caught in a trap. But it looks like VP here, they're just going to save. I mean, that armor and the P250, and they also have a smoke, CZ, and a SMG weapon on Neo, so it's definitely worth the money to save. And Taz just picked up another SMG, so.
Yeah, there you go, one of the MP7s that was dropped.
And this is actually quite dangerous for, so let's say, in this situation, TSM should never try to hunt. But if they were to do that, and let's say Taz or Neo actually gets a kill or two, having those SMGs, it's just going to fill up the rank, right?
Yeah, now that they picked them up, that's even more lethal. And if you're going to hunt, you're going to send the SMGs out because you don't want to drop the Galil. You definitely don't want Device to lose the AK. There's no way he's heading out. So they'll hold station. How close they are. There is a player. Oh, we don't get to see it. There was a player just to the right on the stairwell, but they don't get the peek in the end. So everyone holds the weaponry, and we'll go on to round 3 now. The question. Okay, Pasha goes back to his CZ. I thought they might try and bring out a third SMG. And try and maybe get aggressive in Banana. That's not what they're going to do. Bye-bye, chicken. Cajun B's already found his way up to the tree, so no aggressive smoke so far from VP, but that is one of your SMGs. Watch out. as Kerrigan wants to lurk up because there are 2 players in front of him. Does see the bullets come out, he'll fall back, doesn't want to take that fight at all. And he's got the P250, that's all he's got. Look how calculated they are on VP's side right now. Holding hands, working everywhere together so they can at least try and get trades. And get a bit of a benefit.
Oh, wow.
Nice shot. There's Kerrigan's aim. That was beautiful as Neo hits the deck. Already 2 men down. Bialy taking damage as well, spamming through the smoke. It's Device to get the kill. And this leaves just Snacks and Pasha, 1 on each bomb side, and it's Pasha that's the close one to these 4. Second smoke goes out, that's to CT, and although we tried to run through it and take advantage of the fact that the nades were out, he still gets dropped. So it's Snacks to try and do any damage he can. Because right now it's been flawless. That flash came out of it. Well dodged by Kerrigan.
Yeah, some solid anti-ecos from TSM. We'll see here now though if they actually have. I mean, again, they opted to start on the T side, so they must have a pretty decent idea on what they want to do here.
And everyone fans from spawn with weapons up. This time we do get everything going out. No ops on hand yet, but we do get a flash early from KGB, so he wants to take this fight. He tries to guess that someone's going to be Boiler, and Snacks catches him on the way through the door. 1 step further and he was out of dodge, but didn't quite get that far. Dupree knows that he's under there and goes for the peek. He actually does get it, but look at the crossfire. Pasha immediately takes his head off, and now he'll step forward. This weakens Arch side of A because they've rotated the secondary player over toward the pit. That's Taz. Actually, take that back. Taz is the one rotating around. It's Neo, who only has 23 HP. So there's a chance this bomb can get out the backside right now. With Device taking down Neo, this will weaken A even further. Make it 2. He finds Pasha. That's a perfect opportunity to plant the bomb. 2 on 2. Make it 1. They do get Device in the end, but Kerrigan just needs to hold off the first angle. Flash does try and come out. He's not going to get caught by that. He'll pop it himself, but no one peeking to get caught off guard by that. Hello, Reddit. Good to see you today, but let's get that smoke back out. It was covered off in the front of Library, and actually used as well from Kerrigan. He's going to secure himself the angle in the backside of the site, but the problem is they are coming from both angles right now. Bialy is changing, heading down to the backside of mid. Kerrigan has to get this kill immediately. Almost whiffs on it, but still does. And now he just has to bait out the time. It's almost down, but Bialy is close to it. And if Bialy gets it, he's got the kit. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Oh, my goodness gracious, he does not. I thought he had one. So this will go to TSM, and they'll get their 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, great round by TSM, actually being able to win that 2-on-4. I'm not sure what VP was actually doing there. Neo with only like 23% or 23 HP, opting to actually go and peek middle, which he should never do. Just play the side. It's a 4-on-2 situation in favor of your team. Then just play defensively. Just wait for them to actually hit the site instead of just giving them the opportunity to actually win the round, which happened.
Neo this time with only the scout. Dupree catches him. Nice shot from the AK. Gives them the man advantage yet again, and Kerrigan's got the MAC-10. So he's sticking to the off weapons. Dupree, though, did take some damage. He did get tagged up. Down to 29. And Zipnix wants to get a little closer to that smoke, and we saw on the backside of it. VP is waiting. Early rotation off of the A site, though. Taz already heads back through Library. He'll secure on Banana. Now, interestingly, that is where the bomb is in play right now from TSM, but if they can find this pick on Snacks, they'll quickly swarm the A site and realize nobody's home and make the call to fall back. But if they don't do that, then there is a chance. Look at Taz. He wants to go all the way out. Flash comes out. He wants to get aggressive. Device wasn't blinded up by that, though, so he'll be able to bail Cajun B out, but look at Cajun's health. Down to 9 as a result of getting caught by that bullet. Just clipped on the way through, but they are going to go on B. There's still 2 here. They're not aware of it. The scout's in play, and Zipnix will get him down, so no damage dealt that time, but Zipnix and Device fall. It's Bialy to hold, and he's got the M4 weak and low HP on Cajun B as well. It's well dropped. Bialy with 3. Bomb finally gets there. 2-on-1. And Snacks is late to the party, still coming over from the A site. This is a good crossfire setup as well because Kerrigan's out at the top. Banana, no weapons at all, like we say for Snacks, but he doesn't need him. He's already got one with the 5.7. Tries to react inhumanly.
He actually hit him once.
Yeah, he did. He actually clipped him on the way by, but Dupree still gets it. Massive damage dealt, though. That's the key thing.
Yeah, you saw there. I mean, they had a lot of money, but they lost 4 men. Sure, they can still buy next round if they were to lose this one, but just keeping the economy at a minimum is always key, obviously. But especially now, especially when you're down 5-0 and you want to fight your way back.
I mean, this is a similar situation to how we saw the last map start off, but it's TSM, like we say, who are desperate for it. They've got 5 already. T-side. Zipmix this time does drop. Oh, they tried to trade it. The second player went for the peek, but Neo was far too wise. He falls back all the way inside the site. 40 HP, but he spotted. That flash went slightly too deep. Still no shots come out, though. They can't find the angle. And as a result, Dupree falls all the way back down the hallway and waits for his teammates to try and get up to the top of middle. Oh, such good damage both ways. They're both on red HP, and it's going to be a Molotov to try and come out and secure it this time. Kerrigan also can't find the shot. On to Snacks as he'll find his way back in the bomb site. So a passive hold. They've at least pushed them back, but Pasha's aggressive on the other side. He gets KGB the second he walks around. So TSM, despite getting a little more map control, haven't got close enough to the bomb site to put it down. Taz now going to find Dupree. Through the smoke, Device actually sneaks past, and he may catch him off guard. Pasha gets dropped, but not before he can find Kerrigan. And Device gets another, but he's got to do it all. There's still 3 players up, and 1 is to his left, and there it is. Through the smoke he comes. Taz finds him.
Yeah. Great hold. It looked a little bit uncoordinated from TSM's point of view there. Just getting picked apart one by one, and that's not something you want to do, especially versus Virtus.pro, because they're also very good aimers.
They couldn't hit the shot either. If they hit that shot out of apartment, then they have the confidence to go, but because they couldn't get Neo down, they waited too long.
Yeah, I mean, they were a bit too slow, and then when Neo got the first one, obviously the first thing you should do is just fall back, so
Neo's last stray bullet does collect a little bit of damage onto Cajun B. He goes down as a result when he gets around the corner, but Dupree silences him, and now they've got a wrap on the site. Snacks has to find his way out, so he'll fall off entirely. Zipnix does get Pasha, but that's a trade, and now it's Snacks to come out and get one of his own. But again, good positioning from TSM, more aggressive this time around, does get them close to the site, but it is still a 2-on-2. And a slight HP advantage still going the way of Virtus.pro as Bialy and Taz try and get themselves in position, 1 from each angle. Device spotted him. Device saw him. But you're dead right. Zipnik's down to 24 as he has to get out of the bomb site now. The question is, how do they secure this crossfire? If Device goes down, it's all over. Zipnix can't possibly hold this. He's in graveyard, but only 2 HP. He's lucky he got that kill to begin with. As Taz goes searching, don't peek. That's the question. Taz, yeah. Oh, actually, wow. Okay, so he gets super aggressive. Gives up the gig that he's there, and Zipnix just holds the angle. So well played by him to get the round. I thought for sure when Device went down and side pit, they'd just pinch on him.
Yeah, the thing is, Taz took a little bit too long. That's why he had to stress out, and at the end there, the bomb was taken away. And if he had taken any longer, even if he had killed Zipnix, he would never have time to defuse. So, became a little bit too stressful at the end there.
So Virtus.pro potentially give one up in return in this time, so it goes to 6-1. Good SMG out from Device. Dupree gets the second with the AK. Now this definitely changes the guard because this forces a rotation all the way off of A early, but they're already around the corner. They haven't got there, though, onto CT. That's where the exchange is going to come down as Neo arrives to a welcoming party, and Kerrigan, well and truly behind the play, finds out exactly what Snacks was up to. He's just looking for exits at that point, wants to get behind them. So Pasha's all that's left, and I only see 4 on my overlay, so I imagine we'll get a pause. As it does appear that Neo has dropped from the server. But TSM, this is a complete turnaround. This is the complete opposite from what we saw in Mirage.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well now. And this is pretty much the side we expected TSM to be at on Mirage as well. Which just never happened. And then coming in now, being 7-1 up versus Pro on the lesser side.
Time expires, 7th round goes to TSM. Pasha does at least survive with his beautiful little CZ75. But we're going to see guns come out. Why did we just swap over and go 7-7? So something happened with eBot. I'm sure this will resume. Actually, this happened yesterday in a match. Yeah. I'm sure this will fix itself after this match. But we saw not only the overlay switch, but Virtus.pro suddenly just got gifted 6 rounds. Don't worry, that
so
will...
it is still 7-1. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, that will correct itself. And it's the double D from TSM that's really setting things up. Both of them on 10. Device and Dupree, and Snacks already taken down to 9 HP this time. It's only pistols out, no armor. But he does have a deagle, so he wants to at least try and get 1 with that. I imagine he wants a whole lot more, but Device wants to round the corner on him. Late smoke out, that'll hold him off. But over the top, looking towards Spool. If Snacks were to get aggressive on that peak, the head would have been just spotted at that angle. Instead, he falls back passively in behind the fountain. And the other 4 are set up loosely on the A site. Which, interestingly enough, based on the fact that TSM got that close and didn't spot anyone even on a crossfire, you might think that it is a stack, but nonetheless, they're going to walk into it. So this does give VP a bit of a chance here. Xypnix is going to be the first around the corner. He'll put the fire out deep in pit, but he knows, okay, the gig's up as Neo shot already just before that. But look at the trades. Bialy's going to find one as well. Never mind. TSM hold true, and now it's 8-1. Ignore the top, like we say. This should reset, actually, right now. Maybe not.
No, I think they need to actually, I think actually VP needs to win a round, and then it's just going to update.
Oh, right. Okay, so there you go. The scoreboard itself is correct. It's the overlay on the top.
Yeah, it's going to fix itself, I think, once VP wins the round.
So we do see all rifles again. No op really coming into this game. Again, T-side op not as strong. But
Yeah,
CT, they just haven't had the economy.
Yeah.
Snacks doesn't care about economy. He cares about kills. That's Xypnix. And look at this setup. One in bedroom and one on the backside. So even if they push directly onto it, okay, good smoke to get them out. But even if they had to push directly onto it, they had it held. And Snacks shows that they do anyway. Neo closes out the round, and there we go. Back to 2. So there, you called it. It resets now, and Virtus.pro pick up their second round.
Yeah.
Interesting economy from Xypnix. Only 37, but the rest of them will be able to buy them in.
Yeah, it should be fine. And very good aggressive play there from VP, trying something new, just trying to catch TSM off guard. Obviously being 8-1 down before winning that round, they needed to try something new, and just doing that one aggressive play. You see here again, they got to do another aggressive play. Just to try and get some momentum back.
It's so hard. They've reset the money bonus. It's so hard CT side when you do that because your guns are more expensive. You need not only to win this next round, but do it in a convincing fashion.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can hold true. The last one definitely was convincing. A great crossfire in apartments, but TSM hasn't put the same aggression in that position just yet. Finally, smokes go over. One goes on to Arch, one deep to Library. Kerrigan wants to take the fight. Good flash as well, and they do get Neo on the backside. This fire comes out a little bit late, but Kerrigan's on the inside of it. Separated from his team as a result. KGB's there with him. He gets blinded. Kerrigan trades it. And Dupree finds his way all the way into Graveyard, despite that there's a player in pit.
Yeah, now it actually looks like VP is the one struggling with the aim duels.
Well, Taz makes no mistake that time on device, but they've still got one more man on the board for their opposition. Low HP, mind you, for Xypnix, but we've seen him do it already in this position with low HP, and tagged up on the way across was Bialy, and down he goes as Dupree waits when he lands from that jump cross. And Taz with 2 HP says, nah, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Yep. I'm not going to go for this.
And they got to get away. Does the Xypnix get far enough away? He's deep enough down mid. He should be fine now. And Kerrigan with 100 HP can just sit still. And watch the lovely, pretty animation of the explosion. So 9 now for TSM. And again, Virtus.pro, their money bonus reset. But look at the force coming out. They have to because they save 1 and they want to make this close. They need to at least get damage into TSM, get guns out of their hands, but need rounds. 2's not nearly enough CT side.
No, for sure not. Especially it doesn't really matter if you have 2 or if you have 4. The problem here is that when you're not playing the way you should and you're not hitting those shots, and again you're getting picked apart, and you don't really have an answer for what's going on. I mean, I would say you still need like the remaining 6.
It's polar opposite from what we saw in the last game. It literally is dead even again between these two teams, but in a very different fashion than we would have expected.
Yeah, the remaining 4. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Math's hard.
It is.
Look at the shotgun. Pasha can't do anything with it, even though he was trying to get into a close position. Taz, though, does find Xypnix on the way back out, and Snacks has lurked. That's why he is so good. He gets all the way behind him, completely unsighted, and now they pull this back to their advantage. And KGB knows he's got problems because there's a man everywhere he looks. Left and right, and bomb down on the stairwell. That's the other aspect of this, as Cajun takes the first shot. Interestingly enough, Taz does get the kill, but the second player fell off him. If he had taken Taz, he would have limited that down to a second one-on-one. But Virtus.pro make no mistake and close out the round.
Yep. I've actually noticed something. People, same with NIP, and especially when you're struggling like this as well, like people don't tend to use their timeouts. Which I think
we saw it last.
Yeah, yesterday we saw it.
Well, yesterday we saw it last weekend from Fnatic a few times. I think the NIP used it once, but otherwise you're right. No one really does.
Yeah, and especially when you're down like this, even when it started spiraling out of control, it's when your coach should actually just go and be like, guys, just take the time out. Let's talk about it a little bit. Just cool your thoughts and see what we can do here to actually try to clinch the remaining rounds of the half.
definitely one of the advantages of having the coach, because they can remain composed while you're in the heat of battle. By the way, TSM's manager Munkafar is not here this weekend. He wasn't there on Friday at PGL. He was there Saturday. He had to leave for the finals, but he's not here at all this weekend. Whether or not that makes a difference, hard to say. As we see some aggression from TSM, but already canceled out as Zipnix will go down. He just had the pistol, as does KGB. Gets Snax, gets over there quickly. Dupree's caught even though he got by. And look at the damage Pasha's dealing onto KGB. That'll finish the round. Flawless victory, and never mind the economy being hard to claw back into. They've got full control of it again now. Yeah, which is great news for them, considering it's 2 rounds left. Even if they lose this one, they can still buy because they survived all 5 men. And then you have, on TSM side, yeah, sure, there's 9 rounds up, but they have no money, so they're going to have to save coming into the last round. Smoke from A from Neo to support the B players. Now it's a high smoke. TSM, when they swap over, normally throw the low smoke with Zipnix or Kerrigan getting into position deep in Banana. So a very different approach to the defense. Now keep in mind that also Zipnix is often caught by the flashbang that comes through that, specifically against Fnatic. If VP are aware of that, Zipnix is going to have to be a lot more conservative. But that's still 2 rounds away. Or 1.5, I guess. Pistols again will spam. Full save so they can mine the last one. Dupree already finds Neo down in apartments, picks up the rifle as well, drops. He's heard though. He absolutely was definitely spotted up by Snax as he went down, and Snax gets the better of it, but where's the trade? Where's the secondary peek? Zipnix is too slow to come around the corner, still gets the kill, but lost a hefty amount of HP. Bomb still is going to get planted, and Pasha's held out by the smoke. So a man advantage, 2 rifles up, and Device, oh, he definitely heard him go by. The question is, does he peek now or not? Taz already gets a kill as a result. He will peek out late. So it's a trade, and it might be worth it because all they need is the round at this point. Never mind how many people are alive. It was an eco to start. They aren't losing much of an investment, but they are losing men by the many right now. As it all comes down to Device, and he hasn't been able to secure anything. Just the Tech 9, they're already on this defuse, and that smoke's going to hold him off. Bialy gets him through it anyway.
Oh, wow. I think Device is going to be a little bit upset, even though they're up 9-5 now. If he would have gone out before, obviously he would never know if there's one more guy lurking in mid. But since Taz actually got that frag before he actually killed him, it probably cost him the round.
Yeah, because he goes down. That's 1 more man up deep.
Yep.
And I don't know if I think he definitely heard him. I could hear him for sure.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But I think the anticipation was there was a second player there.
Exactly. Yeah, he heard him for sure.
So there's your smoke deep this time. So change of pace from Virtus.pro. They'll push down, and Taz will take control of Banana. Or Willie still wants to play it a little bit more passively. TSM slow things down. Bought into the 5 AKs again this round. As we mentioned, they were saving up. Well, you said they needed the last 4. They've got 3 out of 4 of them. Pending this round, we may still get that 9-6, which is reasonable comeback from VP.
Oh yeah, after being, was it 8-2 down?
8-2, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. And I mean, getting the pistol to run after, and then the anti-ecos, then it's 9-9. It's tied up.
So fire out to delay Boiler, but nobody in there just yet. It's actually Zipnix, the only one that's close to, hey, look at this, they want to push through, and Bialy, that's your bomb down. That's so aggressive with the bomb carry. Taz on the crossfire from the top side of it, and it's going to catch Device as well, as there's no smoke out. Fire to hold them in place, and VP just gave themselves a massive advantage in this round.
There's no way that was intended. No way that he even thought about that. He actually might have had the bomb.
Flash doesn't go all the way over, actually clips the edge of the roof. And Pasha was holding on to a smoke all the while, so he'll delay them further. They have wrapped back over to A, though, and they did force a rotation out of Neo, which means Snax has to stand strong. He does get the first. He's coming around. Bomb's already in place. They do still have the man advantage on VP's side, and they are coming around from Boiler now. In fact, they're going to go further than that. They're going to get inside apartments. This puts a lot of pressure onto Zipnix, who's inside the pit. KGB spotted up. He's got nowhere to hide inside the site. Has to just secure him behind the box. Zipnix does get the first. This brings it even, but there's Taz, and now they can just swarm. 1 to get on the defuse. Oh, I take that back. My mistake. Zipnix did find that first kill, so he gets it into Taz. It's a one-on-one, but he's going to get it nonetheless. And this time has a kit. There's no mistake. He will get the defuse.
Yeah.
I missed Zipnix getting that first kill on apartments. That was my mistake. I thought there was still 2 up for VP.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, that there, you saw that was a very awkward plant. Especially knowing that you have guys in pit, having that plant. Sure, you never really know. Actually, it doesn't make sense to actually plant like that. There's way better positions, even when you do have, even if you don't know if there might be one coming from quad or not. can just plant further into the site, and you still have a better angle in pit. Instead, you know, Simplex had to run up just to check if TAS was actually fully defusing.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to bait out the fake.
But yeah, they did come back a little bit, 9-6.
I mean, this is a game. This is absolutely a game. Virtus.pro win pistol, barring any NT-ecos. We go 9-9, and it's a heads-up battle. It's so close between these two teams. TSM, KGB on the way across, does fire down middle and spots that they're all there. They're not going to stop. Virtus.pro are just rushing into the A site right now. Both sides as well. 2 over to Truck, 2 over to Arch. Make it 3 over to Arch on the backside. In fact, they fell off Truck entirely. So now they've got the option. Device is passively inside the site. Has to hit that first shot. KGB, Dupree have done their job, and they're going to get more. Look at them just mowing them apart. Good hold, TSM on the backside. They only lose Device, who was completely trapped.
Yeah, and that was so key from Device. They're actually falling back from Arch towards the bomb site, and just have Kerrigan work from pit and just try and catch some bullets. And by the time they were running into the site, Device was there. He managed to pick up one, and then it managed to fall. But it was a great hold by TSM, and very patient play by them, actually choosing to go defensive and just do the long aim duels.
M4 up for Cajun B. He's the one holding, as we saw on the balcony, toward apartments. He can't get too aggressive with that in that angle, though, because if he rushes up, drops it to these pistols, then they just secure a rifle completely for free. So he'll hold back with Dupree down below with the SMG, covering off Boiler and Device on Arch side as always. VP taking their time, taking a peek before that splash, or pardon me, that smoke comes out. Not a lot of damage dealt. Zipnik's down to 52, but it went more the other way. Kerrigan's still there to add the damage. Pasha just wants to hold them, because they've already got 3 players up to the top of middle. They've actually already wrapped around. Device has to hold. He's got 1 with the SMG. Make it 2. Can he get all 3? It's Kerrigan to collect the 3rd. He has to switch over to the pistol because he's out of ammo. And meanwhile, Zipnix will catch Pasha, who was trying to come in on B, and Snacks went back around the long way to join in because the wrap didn't work, and he's going to drop as well. Flawless 2nd round from TSM, and now they're building bank.
Yeah, and that was a full buy by Virtus.pro as well. So they're starved right now. Sure, they lost the pistol. They opted to buy. Gonna have to save here and just try to start winning some weapon rounds.
Dupree, Cajun take an early peek. Actually, just going to throw the nades down. Does do reasonable damage onto Pasha. Nades coming from in Banana as well. They don't go quite deep enough. Only slight damage to Taz. Zipnik's very aggressive peek on the back of that flash. Didn't blind them all, but he still gets 1 and falls. They're still want to pursue. The problem is they're inside the fire, and Pasha is losing life at a rapid pace. Down to 23 for him, and no advantage gained. His Device has already come over to join in the B hold as well. So Virtus.pro not finding anything to work with. Kerrigan in the corner, just in and out, trying to get the peeks. Does get 1. Zipnix finds the other on Neo, and Bialy tries to respond. He can't. And there it is. 1 more round, 2 in a row that they get all 5 without losing anybody. And yeah, look at the result. 83-50 for Zipnix. Op already out for Device, and still 2,300 in the wallet.
Yeah, I mean, look at KGB, right? He has an M4 and still 5.5k in the bag, so it does love when you don't end up losing men during the anti-ecos.
Very interesting. Device actually had the front spawn to go directly to mid and take that pick. Instead, he runs all the way to apartment. I think he actually may have gotten boosted up on top of the awning as well on Truck's side. Just judging from the minimap as Kerrigan, here it is. Here's that deep smoke from TSM. He's already down. He's actually, between the two of him and Zipnix, he's the one who's more likely to get into a secured spot and play that angle. Whereas Zipnix tends to stay just a little bit too much out in the open and pays the price oftentimes. As Dupree does get Neo, that'll slow down your push toward top middle. And the Ops fallen back over to the Arch side, so they didn't get anyone up aggressively toward it, and Device comes out. And all they were looking for was the early pick by boosting him up there. Was getting the early pick from Device, and then the rifle was right below him to support when he fell. So get the first shot, hopefully try and get someone to come out and trade, and then realize he's got more than just 1 to deal with.
Yeah.
But here it is. Kerrigan's deep. Another smoke out. VPR heading in that direction. Kerrigan just needs to be patient, as Dupree does have company inside. But there's the first. Kerrigan's there, and the fire actually divides them, so he doesn't even have to worry about the trade. And he gets the AK for free. Does go aggressive on the peak. Pasha gets a little bit of damage dealt to him, but Bialy's coming around pre-firing, and he makes no mistake. Zipnix gets back into him, though, supporting from the top. And already the rotations have come around, so they've got 2 at the B site with only 2 VP players left, and they are coming fast because there's not a lot of time. 17 seconds, and now it's just down to 1, and that bomb's dropped. Device closes them both up close. And it's 13 rounds TSM,
Yeah, and this is looking extremely difficult. You see, actually, yeah, see, this is what we're talking
Hello,
about.
Cadian.
Cadian, yeah, I love the bias we have over here.
Yeah, this guy, everyone neades to call him out on that.
Yeah, I call bullshit. We should not let him in here ever again.
Done.
But again, yeah, for TSM, they only lost that one guy that round, the weapon round. So their economy is blooming right now.
Well, that's the big thing. Blooming and completely foiled on Virtus.pro's side. Look at the pistols they've got to deal with. Only one Tech 9. Bialy again with the auto fire, but Snacks is already down. KGB collects him, falls off as well. Doesn't overstay his welcome. Smart play, gets the man advantage and lets them secure the sites as we see Device still looking for a peek. I mean, this is standard formation right now from TSM. This is a lot more disciplined. Bit interesting they want to give up truck side that deep, though, as we do see Dupree actually falls inside the site. So that means it's 2 angles to hold for KGB if they come around the corner.
Yeah, he does have them also, though, to hold them off a little bit.
Pasha tries to get the flash out, get around the corner. There's a secondary smoke, so he will get that far, but he won't have any information on how much further to go. And as he does, he mans up, tries to run forward. He discovers that Kerrigan's already made his way over from the B site. Through the smoke, Taz in the middle of a reload, can't do anything. It's 14-6, and opposite story to Mirage.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is completely different, right?
I guess, I mean, it just goes to show when Virtus.pro can get things rolling. I mean, there's a reason they're called Virtus.plow.
Yeah.
They don't stop. Right now, they can't even get started.
Yeah, TSM completely outplaying them right now on Inferno, so... but yeah, now it actually looks like VP is a little bit cold, so they probably had a pretty decent idea at TSM as well. Again, you know, it's not like Inferno is a bad map for TSM. I was just probably expecting a little bit more coming out of the
And this
VP
is something, sorry not to intrude, as we already see Device getting the shot on Neo. This is something they will do. They'll run a 3-play at B with Device up close, and whoever the third man is, whether it's Zipnix or Kerrigan, will stay back towards CT and pop a flash over the roof, and Device will take the peek. That's exactly what happened, and he got the first shot with the op that time.
Yeah.
So that's just spawn play from TSM. They're very dynamic about using that.
Yeah, which is great. You also see here the good thing about TSM as well. They get the pick, they fall passive, they go defensive, because again, they know that VP needs to make a move.
So Zipnix goes back over to A as a result of Device holding station. Smoked off at Arch, though. He needs to be quick to get inside the library because they are going to round this corner, but they're being quite slow about it. That one flash delays them. And Zipnix was going to discover there's a smoke screen there as well. Look how aggressive he's being about it. He does actually spot them. He spots one, makes it a good shot on Bialy, but has to fall. Manages to get in the doorway quite swiftly, so they won't be able to spot him. And Pasham doesn't care. He wants to go forward, does finally turn around, and Zipnix has already come out. So Taz gets one. Deep in the site, Snacks wants to join him. Snacks, that's Taz. As the Devil puts the bomb down, and Snacks looks for the last player inside pit, the only one over on the right side. The other 2 are in front of library. As Kerrigan gets in behind, and they make no mistake. They'll clean this up, and we are going to match point already.
Yeah, and that is such a difficult position to be in, knowing that you do have one guy in pit, just waiting. He's not even showing himself, because you know, just them knowing that he's there will just make life so difficult for VP.
A lot different face this time. I mean, it looks still quite neutral and monotone, but there's a slight sparkle in the eye from Device, a little more of a smirk when we first came to him. Last game, he just looked completely ghostly, staring out as if, like, what the hell is going wrong? And
it kind of looked like the smirk that Cadian had when he was standing behind him.
I don't know if it was quite that smirk. It's hard to have.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's hard to look like a shit-eating grin with
the
when you're not
smirk
Cadian.
was massive.
And here we go again. Device early and aggressive onto B. Kerrigan also forward. Will catch Pasha, so Device doesn't even have to make the shot. And Kerrigan gets away with reasonable HP considering the exchange. He gets 66 and out. But the push will come on toward the apartments. Fire out from Zipnix. This will hold him and slow them down. Look at the crossfire. No smokes, and that's your bomb down. So this is all going the way of TSM. Pistol comes around the corner. It's Snacks, who does get into Dupree on the backside coming out from apartment. But he's all that's left. 1 on 3. Does try and fight his way around the corner. Immediately canceled out from a flash. And the smoke screen does get Zipnix. Device gets aggressive. He's spotted. Kerrigan needs to go out now, or Device needs to fall. Device falls. Kerrigan comes out, so they do it in complete opposite fashion, and we get 16-6. Yet another map that goes quite one-sided, which we don't see in this series, but we're back on even keel.
Yeah, yeah, completely opposite. Like, after watching the Mirage game, you would never think, yeah, sure, again, TSM is really good on Inferno as well, but you would never just look at the change of pace as well. From Mirage, not hitting like any shots, just being completely outplayed, to starting on the T side on Inferno and just slaughtering VP.
Well, we are going to take another quick break, And we'll come right back with the analyst desk and then get ready for map 3, Overpass, which we've seen can be very close between these two teams. Don't go anywhere.